Now, speaking of that, if you plan to join the thousands of revelers downtown this New Year's Eve, you're going to want to know what AAA is doing, because they're one of the big sponsors of this event. And Elizabeth Carey is back with us to fill us in. Good morning. Merry Christmas.
Good morning. Merry Christmas, Linda.
How are you?
I'm great. It's so nice to see you again.
Thank you. And we couldn't do this without the AAA.
Yeah, well, we have a Traffic Safety Foundation at AAA, so when I mentioned the ball drop and sponsoring the ball drop, they thought it was a great idea to point out to everyone that now is the time to really plan ahead, get a designated driver, plan for Uber, make sure you have a plan in place so you don't get behind the wheel if you've had some drinks on New Year's
And,
Eve.
like I said, I was thinking of you when I saw the weather, because I thought, the weather, you always have to wonder, if you're going to have, you don't want to leave somebody's house late for Christmas or New Year's, what's going to happen. But it does look like the weather will be okay for standing outside, New Year's Eve and watching the New Year come in.
Personally, I love a white Christmas.
Yes,
so I am dreaming of a
me
white
too,
Christmas. However, AAA expects 115 million people to travel for the holidays this year. And with New Year's Day on a Wednesday, Christmas on a Wednesday, that means travel is going to be spread out over that entire period. So we're already seeing a lot of people out and about. So it is safer when you don't have to have that weather.
I think we got the rest of the winter, which hasn't even. Well, actually, I think it's just started. It started on the 21st. We got the rest of winter to enjoy the snow, but it's just. I always think it's a nice little gift if we can sneak through the holidays and even New Year's with decent temperatures.
Yeah, and you see everybody going downtown, and when they had the press conference last week that Channel 7 covered about the ball drop and everything that's going to be going on down there, they were talking about how things have changed so much downtown over the years. There's so many more restaurants, so many more places to go. So all the people will be standing out there, and to know they won't be actually frigid out there is really nice.
Stay for another hour or so. And even all the extra people who are now living downtown, this new generation, it's fantastic.
And bringing in a whole new decade, 2020. That's another reason the AAA wanted to sponsor the event, because it's going to be a big celebration, and we just want to remind everyone to be safe.
Yeah, and it is a very nice family celebration, so we don't want you to think that this is for adults only. No, we try to keep this as alcohol-free as possible, and we love seeing the kids downtown as well. It's that one night where they can stay up late. Maybe Christmas Eve, too.
Yeah, that's true. Well, getting them to bed on Christmas Eve is the hard part, because they're so excited, and they're waiting for Santa to come. But, and then seeing the celebration downtown. And when you think about all the people going down there, even the police were saying, just make sure you stay safe. Don't bring big bags and everything with you down there. They don't want any problems with security. So, and they have extra forces out, so hopefully it'll be a safe holiday for everyone.
And that's important too, because I remember they said that extra people will be out watching and making sure that you feel safe while you're downtown. But you're right. Do what you do when you go to a Bills game. Don't bring all this extra stuff with you, so that they're going to want to go through it.
Yeah, you really don't even need it when you think about it. So.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, so make sure you have a plan. Call a cab. Make sure you got an Uber. Don't drive if you don't have to. Get a car service. We have so many now in town.
Well, the state police will say the number of DWI crashes has gone down over the years, because people realize how dangerous it is to drink and drive. Sometimes it's New Year's Eve, you might not be paying attention. Oh, I have a little champagne. You know what I mean? So just plan ahead and be aware of that. If you have to sleep at your friend's house on the couch, just do it. It's better to be safe.
We've had guests over on Christmas and New Year's, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine.
Yeah, and of course the texting behind the wheel too with these phones, that's what's really on the rise, and distraction. So hoping to keep the holidays safe for everyone, keeping your eyes on the road and not on the phone.
I got to tell you, Elizabeth, it's awful when I'm actually watching people drive and they're like this.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, and like you say, it's so unsafe. So let's think about that as a resolution in the new year. Let's stop doing that.
That would be great. Anti-distracted driving. Put the phone in the trunk where you can't even get your hands on it, and that way you're not tempted to reach for it.
Elizabeth Carey, and we thank the AAA for being a big part of New Year's Eve. All right, hey, listen, coming up, perhaps a new look is what you're after in the new year. Our next guest can help with that, so stay with us.